Welcome to the Spit Bucket Hotel Party.
Thanks for joining us.
Saying he's my boyfriend just kind of lame.
You guys
now.
like
spice it up, like break up or something.
Yeah, you guys have to like renew.
Well, they did. They officially got together
on this show.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've
yeah.
technically been dating for like 3 months, maybe.
Also, Jam cried.
Not even.
And I regret to inform everyone listening to the show, we have decided to break up.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
I'll
So
tell you.
after Jam decided that last week was her last episode, we decided that we should break up if she wants to stay on the show.
That's fine.
Wow.
Kidding.
I
You
just
said
want
it
to
was
know.
a conflict of interest. I'm not kidding.
I want to know why.
Hey, please say psych.
You'll literally never find anyone that loves you as much as I do. And I'm okay with that.
That's probably true, but you know who loves me?
No,
The
I-
listeners
Oh.
of the Spit
Not as much
Bucket.
as they love me.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true.
You're
That
not
makes
even
me
gonna
really
win here.
angry.
They'll,
Alright.
they'll vote you out first.
In the comments,
All right, fellas, who you staying with, me or Omar?
we're
Well,
breaking up. We're gonna take split
easy.
custody of the
Okay.
Spit Bucket.
I think
Who's
I've already-
going with who?
I
Who's
told
going
you
with
that
Dad?
already.
Can I get
I already told you.
emancipated and never talk to either of you ever again?
All right. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
welcome to the Spit Bucket. My name's the newly single
Wow.
Omar
Oh,
Avance.
All right.
What up, ladies? Show me your dicks. All right.
I already have. Please respond.
All right. And joining me this week is Alex. What's going on with your outfit today?
Nothing.
What's going on with your neck?
Nothing.
Yeah. What have you been doing between the hours of 11 and 4 a.m.?
No, you should
Nothing.
have.
Oh, can I see?
Oh my God, no. No.
Please?
See.
just pull it.
Full of hickeys.
Hot.
Yeah.
Either he's got hickeys or AIDS.
So he ran into a door.
It is.
He ended up with some
It is
marks on his
Alex
butt.
Torres.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Soares.
Hell yeah.
All right. And then, yeah, we'll give him a clap. Good job. Good job existing, Alex. Also
I
existing
hate
at the
that shit.
table.
I hate that.
What?
Existing.
Oh.
My bad.
Fuck.
We hate it too. It is Ivan Prado.
What up? Pulling the Alex.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Hello?
Hello,
I just don't like being put on the spot.
No?
No.
Hey, Ivan, you got kind of a neck beard going on, so we can't see if you have hickeys. Do you?
No.
Damn, so it's only Alex?
Nobody touches me. It's just Alex.
All right, and wearing a hoodie, so maybe he's got some hickeys.
Oh.
It is. Hey,
I fucking wish.
Ivan, give Alan some hickeys real quick.
Hell yeah, brother. They don't call me the vacuum for no reason.
The vacuum of fucking.
It is Alan
It's 'cause
Mendoza.
Hey, y'all dick ever get caught in a vacuum cleaner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
One time I actually put it in and it wouldn't fit.
Nice.
That's a true story,
I
guys.
had the
I was
big
8.
shop vac, and I was vacuuming my car, and I was wearing shorts, and like the tube kind of like ran down my leg and caught the old boys, and that was crazy.
I'm sorry. What?
You guys,
Stretched out and never went back.
You guys don't have a shop bag?
No.
So a shop bag is essentially like a big ass vacuum, but it also
It's like this
sucks
big.
up water. Yeah, it's big. It's big.
Aren't
Oh,
those like
okay,
the
yeah,
ones with
fine,
like
okay.
the thin head?
No, it's like a gigantic
No, it's-
like orange barrel with a huge tube. It's meant to like clean up flooded basements and shit.
Yeah.
I got
Or
one.
cars.
But it
in this
also like
situation.
Or a shop.
yeah.
But it also did the job.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't think the weirdest
The
thing.
job
Is, you guys
of
remember those
mangling
boxes of Vicks Vapor Rub that would like?
The humidifier
Yeah,
type thing?
I put my dick in that.
The humidifier?
That shit burned,
It did.
dude.
It's,
Oh my god.
what led up to this moment?
I don't know.
Guys, we're not
I
even
was
done
young.
with intros here.
I was young. Continue.
I remember just putting my hand over it and being like,
She said, "I yelled me."
All right,
That's why I wanted to do it.
that is wild. But also sitting at the table,
newly single too.
the newly. Nah, you still taken?
Her phone
man.
already blowing up.
Like, you know how many boys I got waiting for me, dog. You don't
Damn,
even fucking
shit.
know.
All right, the newly on the market, Jam Ginto.
What up, boys? My pussy popping. I made sure to look at you as I was sitting.
All right, and Jam, do you want to do the next introduction? You got a little friend sitting next to you.
I have my friend, the love of my life. More important than this motherfucker here.
Got him.
I got Carl.
What you do, baby?
Hey, what up? What up?
She hasn't been on the Spit Bucket since I don't remember what episode it
Like
was.
episode maybe 14.
Yeah, big ass spider. So back at it.
And oddly enough, last time we went to Fright Fest too.
Was
Saw a
it?
big
Yep.
ass spider.
All right. Well, this is a new
wow.
tradition. So every time Halloween rolls around, Carl will be on one sode.
One
It's the only
soda.
time
Don't
I'm
ever call it a
alive.
soda again.
She's risen from her sarcophagus.
All right, Denzel Curry.
I am the one.
I am the one. Don't need to go.
Shout out Denzel Curry.
All right. So I want to, before we start this episode, I do want to thank everyone who shared the good word of episode 50 last week. We put out a Full House promo video, but with a bunch of Spit Bucket references in it. And you guys can check that out on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. And we got a lot of support from that. So thank you for that, everyone.
Gracias.
We didn't get paid for that video.
No, we don't.
Oh, and with last week, we just crossed the $5 mark.
Hell
Alright.
yeah.
We did it, boys.
We've officially made $5 on the Spit Bucket. So thank you for that
$5
money, y'all.
Damn.
I can
A lot
finally
of
pay off my
people
mortgage.
reacted to that video that I didn't expect to actually pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Like people that I personally know.
Like old bosses.
Yeah, kind of. Old HR reps.
At least you didn't do anything.
But it's all in good fun.
offensive.
Yeah. Didn't Alan, your mom, like the...
She did.
And so did Alex's mom.
But you know what also she loved? She loved the video that you did when we visited Erik and Macomb.
Oh, yeah,
Of
that's true.
course she
Yeah.
would. That's the sweet video.
I
Yeah.
love that video.
Most of our listens come from our mommies.
Quick shout out to Alan's mom. She's great.
Yeah, she's pretty.
She's an angel.
Also for birthing 2 members of the Spit Bucket. No one else has done that. Your mom has birthed 2 Spit Bucket members.
Technically, I count as 3. So
What?
She's got to put that on her. She's got to put that on her resume.
There's 3 members of the
Birth
Spit Bucket.
2 superstars.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I miss
So
Erik.
what we normally... Yeah, Erik, shout out to him.
I got real sad. Sorry.
Yeah. We should do an ASMR just for Erik, who's got chips. Can you believe right before we started the episode, Carl was asking where catering is?
Yeah,
She's been on one episode and she's already a diva.
I've also
got a front
wondered that.
Juice box?
Every week, I'm like, where did they put the craft table? And I never see it.
Yeah.
So, like, where is it?
It's right next to the Appy Juice.
Oh.
Right, Alan?
I'm allergic.
Yeah.
I need a bowl of pretzels.
Just to eat specifically on the show.
Pretzels.
Make some big old
Remember
crunches.
when there was like a couple episodes in a row where Alex couldn't stop eating right
my
before
God.
we were recording?
I'm really
I did
hungry
that
right
too.
now.
Yeah. The
And
ones
we're
who
gonna
kept-
get food afterwards,
Yeah.
so relax.
Hell yeah.
Pizza House.
They're going
Pizza
to
House.
go to Pizza
You
House.
down, Ivan?
I have to go after this.
For what?
I have stuff to do.
No, you don't. It's Sunday. It's the Lord's Day.
I don't believe in the
Shout
Lord.
out to the Lord.
Shout out. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Shout out to the Lord
Yeah.
and shout out to the Bears. Hell yeah.
Shout out to
What?
the pears.
We don't do that here, Alan. We don't do that here.
All right. So what we normally do on the Spit Bucket,
Normally.
somehow we always do it 20 minutes in.
Yeah,
I don't know why we
we
can-
always
What?
miss the point of the episodes.
Yeah. What we normally do on the Spit Bucket is we're a goddamn comedy news
Is
podcast.
that what we are? I feel like that's the last thing we are nowadays.
Yeah.
You think so?
We tell
More
better
of like,
news than Vice, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
Take that, bitch.
We can barely even call ourselves comedy.
More news.
We're just news. News podcast.
Yeah, we're the most serious news podcast.
Yeah.
Out there.
Yeah.
Out
What other? I don't even know any other news.
Vice.
Yeah.
Garbage.
What are some of the Vice articles that you've been running across?
Like how to be a woman and live with a dick. How to shove shit up your ass.
Yeah.
And I just saw one that was really
that's
good. Where I was
pretty
like, hey, I can relate.
Which was what?
The
Then
shove
find
shit
it.
up your
I'll
ass
find it.
one.
No,
It's
I
useful.
stopped that.
I think the last one that I saw was the one girl who like life as an e-girl or like the
Oh,
you know
like-
what I mean? She had all her fans send her in these costumes that she could put on. They're like worth $3,000. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's
How can
crazy how much.
What we were talking about before the show actually started, we're contemplating doing a sexy Spit Bucket calendar for next year. So let us know if you guys want that shit. There's only about like 6 members, so you're only gonna get half the year.
I'm sure we could get something from Tony.
Probably Mario too,
Probably
Oh,
Mario.
hell
and
yeah.
Gibby and Erik.
Dude, we could put Mario on 2 months.
Oh, oh.
Like a full page spread.
Yeah. We're gonna start our own Mario dating
Here.
simulator.
They said,
Oh,
worst
hell.
opinion of the week. Rich people are genetically smarter than poor people. That's the kind of stuff they always post.
On
It's just
Vice?
like, yeah, on Vice is just like, shut up.
Yeah,
So the truth?
Is that true though?
we only do good news, like the story I have this week.
How
Do
to-
it.
how to-
Robot strippers set to make debut in Nantes? What's that word?
Oh, well, it's in France.
How's it spelled?
So,
Nantes. God, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 8 words into my story and I
No.
already can't read it.
He can
At least you can count.
jury's out. You can count.
1?
There was a nice little pause between like 6 and 7. I think.
There was, though.
He said elemental.
He said,
He's
1,
counting on his
2,
fingers,
3, elemental P. 7, 8.
Got your ass, dude.
God damn it.
Goofy as hell.
I've been God again.
Wait, it's funny because you set yourself up
I had the story like lined up for 3
said
weeks
it.
and
already.
you still fucked it
He's
up.
been
yourself up every
practicing
week.
it in his sleep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Robots
I-
suck dick.
I feel like the more we do episodes of the Spit Bucket, the more we realize that robots are taking over the world.
Yeah, with this
I've
been
been
a
saying
lot.
this for years. The first time I got a Poochie, I was fucking done.
Those Tamagotchis.
No, it was a little robotic dog that would walk. And
Oh,
it had a
yeah.
little like magnetic bone you'd put up to its mouth, and its eyes
Oh
would light up as
yeah,
hearts.
I used to have one of those.
And its
I had 2
ears were like
Poochies,
holographic.
and I had a cat one.
Huh.
I'm still scared.
I threw mine in the closet.
You
And
put
I
it in
can-
the
I
closet?
can hear it at
and
night.
you never came out.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It said Alex.
Or those parakeets that they sold at Walgreens that repeated after you.
Yeah.
Those
Oh,
scared
yeah.
me too, but I had like 4 of them.
Why'd you have 4 of them?
They were
One of
gifted to me.
You know who really liked this?
It was
What,
like
you-
having friends.
You
too.
put one in each corner of your room, and that's how you found out your house was haunted because
Oh
it was
my
just
God.
repeating the words of the ghosts.
True.
That'd be scary. I scared myself.
I'm going to creepypasta after this.
Yeah.
I'm writing a story,
That's a horror movie plot right there.
right?
Talking
All right.
parrots.
And so is this. The robotic pole dancers will be performing alongside their human counterparts on the stage
Oh, that's
at
weird.
the SC Club in Western
Oh,
France.
That's a good one.
fucking weird.
What
I-
is?
You guys watched that on G4? Do you guys remember G4 channel?
Yeah.
Where they
Yeah.
play like X-Play? They used to play the sex conventions on there.
Oh,
And I would
yeah?
watch it, and then I would see like the new sex toys, and there's a guy just sitting there. There's like a pole just going like this, and he's like, I'm like, but I don't know what's happening. But yeah, I know that.
It was a weird time. I did not
Yeah, it
have
was.
fun with watching it.
I had
No.
X-Play was cool. I remember
Yeah,
that
X-Play
show.
was great.
That
Yeah.
was cool.
Shout out to the video game
and
part.
Morgan Webb.
The video game channel. It was pretty cool.
It's dead. That shit's
Morgan.
dead.
I know
That
what
shit
you're talking
did.
about.
There was a video game channel, but then at night they're like, "Here's a sex convention,"
And then Transformers.
and then
And Transformers?
G.I. Joe.
That's spicy.
All right. So to celebrate the venue's 5th anniversary, the SC Club in Nantes, France, has hired 2 robotic strippers to perform alongside their human dancers. I recently found out. All right, so I'm not going to say what my job is.
But you've said it already.
You've already brought it up countless amount of times.
All right. Well, one of my
You do art.
yeah, I do art. My job is the spit bucket,
Yeah.
and,
Oh.
and one of my coworkers is a stripper. So
My boss,
yeah.
my boss is a stripper.
Really?
Yeah, she thick as fuck though.
Oh hell yeah.
I'm too scared to ask her where. I just know that she works like on the border of like Indiana and Illinois.
well, go
And she
ahead.
says that
Far,
searching.
far?
Huh?
That's pretty far, right?
I
I don't know.
It's
distance
like
or
no,
time.
because once you pass the south side of Chicago, that's like Indiana.
Because like that's far.
And I think you're also the only one who's been to a strip club.
Really?
Again, you can speak for yourself.
Why don't we go?
Have you been to a strip club?
Yeah, I have.
When?
A long time.
In Puerto Rico?
No, here.
Well, Alex, do you have friends outside of us?
I just don't know. I just don't talk to you guys. I do a lot of things alone.
Okay.
You went to Chubby's in Wisconsin.
Maybe.
Should we go?
Oh!
Is that where we're going for our birthdays?
Yeah. What
You
if
guys want to go
okay?
to Chubby's?
You almost took out Ivan. With that kid.
All right, me and Carl found out what we're
deeper
doing
than
for our
mine.
birthdays. We're going to a strip club. You guys are not invited.
Not even.
I think you're gonna run into me anyways.
I'm a regular there, so you might see me.
I am Mr. Chubby
What's
himself.
the talent like in Byron?
You
Where's
think
she
we
live?
got a strip club?
They barely got a Target.
They barely got a regular club.
That's true.
On the weekends, he's a stripper. So I
Yeah.
found out a lot about stripper culture through him.
Is he hot?
Yeah,
Is it like a gay?
he
strip club?
is.
Nice.
Huh?
Is it a gay strip club?
No,
Wait, it's a dude.
it's a dude.
Whoa.
He's a dude.
He said that's
I
fucking
wish
gay.
I had the talent to be a male stripper.
I don't think-
Because
I don't
that's the
think-
shit that I'd be doing.
Well,
I don't have
the
energy for it. My
the-
diabetes.
Yeah, your
I-
pump would have
I'll
been
be
swimming
like, yeah,
around.
just like spinning
Dude.
around and I'll pass out.
your little
Sugar.
fanny pack where you put your diabetes stuff,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
wrap that shit around the pole and then slide down with it.
Hey, I like it.
He's like gyrating himself in front of a girl who's getting married,
I'll
but
just-
like his fanny pack is hitting her face too.
You did not just rip that out of your body.
You can take it off. There's a little button to
But that still freaks
Oh
me
my
out.
God.
That doesn't mean it's not gonna freak me out.
Is that his spleen?
He's got a.
The thing is that it kind of is.
It's my pancreas. That's what it is. I let me put this back though.
Dude, that's hot.
Where's your
I like that your nipples got a little hard too.
always hard.
They're always hard. That's my secret.
I'm into that.
It's a side effect of diabetes.
That your nipples are hard all the time. Dude, do you have hickeys on your stomach
No,
too?
fuck!
That's hot.
Wait, what? Dude, what
Stop
you
getting
doing?
sucked on.
She said, "I'm gonna suck the insulin out of you."
Don't get me excited.
She said, "I'm about to make that machine work."
I'm getting hot.
But the strip club that he works at It's women at the bottom and guys up top. So they have two floors.
Okay, you have to say what you're talking about first.
It's one pole. The guys at the top of the pole, women at the bottom of the
So it's
pole.
like when you get bored of one, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna head up to the second floor.
Yeah, let's
go look up.
Let's go look at some ding ding.
What if you somehow sit in the middle and watch both?
Damn.
On the stairs.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming it's like one big fireman pole, right? So it's
Oh, okay.
It's gotta
Oh,
go through
shit.
both levels.
They fall because
You gotta
they
make
get
sure you
tired.
stop at the right floor.
They get tired. They'll probably just fall over everyone.
But what he said was that there'll be couples that go in there, and the guy will just watch the girl get lap dances. Like that's the thing that they're into.
That, my friends,
It's
what
like-
they call a cuck.
It's a cuck light.
I'm into
LITE.
Light
that. You into
cuck.
that?
It's a
It
light
doesn't
version.
even matter. We're not together anymore. Actually,
Yeah.
Carl, let's go.
Let's go.
Why my ding ding song? He actually started as a waiter.
Wow, at the same place.
Yeah, at the place. So his
And then they were like, "Hey, you're hot as fuck. Come here."
well, he knew someone who worked there as a stripper, and they're like, "Hey, we need some waiters. Do you want to come work?" And what they would actually do at this particular one is waiters on the off hours, because they have shows at specific times. So on the off hours, if there's people there, the waiters can go do their thing and just make some extra cash too.
I love that.
So he was a waiter and was like just filling in the in between spots, like just for fun.
What do you even do though? I feel like I'd get up there and I'd be like,
Just shit
So
myself,
free.
literally.
Lick the pole.
yeah, is this what I do here?
Am I doing it right?
Anyways,
Yeah, and then eventually one of the strippers was retiring. They took him to the
50.
back because he broke his legs and they shot him.
look out at the sunset, buddy.
And so he bought his cop outfit, and now he's been the cop there.
Wow.
So I was asking him about like gimmick infringement and shit like that. He's like, "No, I'm the cop."
Love that.
And he said that they also have like construction worker, and we were coming up with new gimmicks. So if you guys were strippers,
Do they have
let's,
landscaper?
let's go around the
Maybe
table.
landscaper.
What would be your stripper gimmicks?
Surgeon.
You'd be surgeon, so you'd come out and scrub.
Just cut everyone.
Jesus.
I mean, wait.
He'd take out the knife, like
The little
the
scalpel.
the scalpel, and just
I like the old
start
school
robbing people.
one. The old one. The really jagged one.
The Civil War ones.
Yeah.
Or they
Yeah.
didn't sanitize any of their stuff.
Yeah. We don't need to.
Or wash your hands.
I don't need to.
Ivan, what would be your stripper gimmick?
I'd be the dude from South Park that's playing World of Warcraft. The big dude that's on that computer table.
Oh my
So
gosh. I
so
don't
how would
know
you come
that.
out? You'd come out in your computer chair,
He come out as
And
himself.
a table on
basically.
wheels, and I'll just push
Yeah.
it off.
Cheeto dust all over your fingers. You can't hold on to the pole because of your Cheeto fingers.
You're spraying
just-
Mountain Dew
I'll
at the
just-
crowd.
Yeah. There we go.
That's hot.
People are throwing quarters at you.
They're throwing out World of Warcraft subscription cards.
Yeah.
love
I want one.
All right, Alan, what would be your stripper gimmick?
Probably like a chef or something like that. Where I'd wear
Oh.
like the apron and the chef hat and nothing else.
Oh hell yeah!
With a rat on your head.
With a rat, yeah, ratatouille. Also. Like the rat is making all the food. I'm just making it look good. That's it.
The rat is stripping under your head.
He lifts it, is dancing. It's that rat. Do you remember that video where it's like showering itself?
Oh my god, I hate it.
People are wild, man. I swear.
Oh my god.
That rat.
Carl.
That rat wild.
Carl, what's your stripper gimmick?
I don't know. Be like a barber with like
A barber?
hair all over my that I've shaved off people's heads.
That'd be the itchiest outfit.
Like, don't
She's there
touch me.
cutting
I
hair.
just want
Like,
your
how about
money.
those stocks?
What if one of you guys were like a Victorian lady? He has fucking like 50 pieces of
Well,
clothes.
remember we were talking about when we get haircuts, like where you're supposed to look?
Yeah.
So it could be a good gimmick where you're like, no, look here. And then you bring out a bag of hair.
Wait, does that ever happen? I always close my eyes and cry.
When you get a haircut,
Yeah.
that's why he hasn't gotten a haircut in a long ass
Oh,
time.
yeah, look at that shit.
I actually missed my haircut appointment yesterday. They
Yeah.
actually called me like, we just wanted to make sure you're okay.
We want to make sure that your money's still. I mean, that you're
Your
okay.
wallet is here. I
They
mean,
charged you $50 for not going.
I think they-
What about you, Jam? What's your?
Well-
it has to be mechanic, right?
No, hold on, because you remember we were talking. I think it was Friday night. We were talking about about Alan, you and your ex with the pink wig,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
and how that was like her alter ego. We were talking about like you're like, so
Starting
what would
your
your
own.
alter ego be? And I'm like, I don't know. I'd probably be
I
like.
literally said, I'm like, Jam, what's like a sexy outfit that you'd put on where you're like, I feel good in this and like shit's going down, and then this is the shit she comes
I
up
said
with.
pantsuit. Like full piece, like I'm talking, looking almost like a politician, but I want to be a spy.
I
At
like
first,
that.
I said FBI spy, but then I said Russian spy.
I like
Some people can pull it off.
And then I started
Nice.
thinking about it some more, and I'm like, okay, we're not gonna see each other for about a week, and we're gonna meet at this like bar in the city. I'm gonna be across the room in like a like black bob wig, dark lipstick, and like those little sunglasses.
Like the ones that they wear in anime that shine in the light.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just gonna look at you and be like, so what's the move? And we're gonna go somewhere, and I'm gonna slap you really hard, and we're gonna make out,
Yeah.
and that's what I want.
But I don't have secrets.
I'll
You know
find
what
your secrets.
You know what you could do instead? You could do a Peter and Lois cosplay.
Now, why the hell would we do it?
She just comes up to you, Peter.
But that's what I want.
Is that the shit you're doing, Ivan? Is that why you don't hang out with us anymore?
He has his
That's
Peter
pretty
outfit
much
in
it.
the car.
Yeah, that's just a white button up and green pants.
But I guess if we're talking stripper, I probably can't be FBI agent or
No,
Russian
because
spy.
they would instantly think you're a cop.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'd probably go with like French maid.
Unless you have like tearaway pants.
True.
I
A
do.
tearaway pantsuit.
The fun, like literally, like Tetsuya Naito in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Hell yeah.
The man comes out in a full white suit with a cape, and then he takes his time taking it off because it's real close.
Love that. That's gonna be me.
Mine?
Cool.
Landscaper. Just
Why would I be a landscaper?
Because you're dark.
yeah, look at that
you know what?
forehead.
Yeah, look at that brown.
You know, I want to tell you,
So
Omar,
he's
I
gonna be a
laughed
shadow.
so fucking hard at work when I asked you why your avatar in Snapchat is black. And he sends me a picture saying, because I don't know how to change it. And I couldn't stop laughing at work. I had to,
about that.
I clicked and held it to watch, just to look at it again.
Oh
is funny.
man, I think I would want to do a luchador. If I'm gonna be honest, I got my mask already.
You gotta
I just keep that loose.
make sure your forehead showing.
Why?
Just your mask from down.
No, because then they'll know it's me when I take it off. I'm keeping the mask on.
Hey, he got a dark ass forehead.
That'd give me more
That
money.
can only be Obunga.
Humongous.
Oh man, but you can make some good money. He says some weekends he brings $800.
I mean, all you're doing is dancing
Cash.
and getting paid for it.
The thing is,
You do
I'm
Fortnite dances?
I would.
deathly afraid of dancing, so I don't think I could pull off.
No, I couldn't. Either.
My gimmick would be as a stripper that I'd be self-conscious about dancing.
Just
Like you're the shy stripper.
I'm the shy stripper. Like I hide behind the pole, and like but I'll turn around. So I turn around on the pole because I'm scared. But my butt cheeks clap on the they clasp onto the pole,
And that's how you spin.
and that's how I spin. I spin up.
that's a good idea, actually.
Oh, man.
I'm okay with that.
Is that not a good gimmick?
I like
That's a
it.
good one.
Good.
I'd go
You're
watch you.
covering yourself like this the whole time.
All right, so let's see what's going on in France. Clad in heels and with what appears to be a surveillance camera for a head, the robots have their metal figures overlaid with a shapely, feminine parts from plastic mannequins. Although some of their metal skeleton is visible,
Oh shit.
That's nice.
they're able to grind and gyrate around the pole, mimicking the movements of a pole dancer.
I need to see that just like to see how the robotics work.
I would have thought that
For science.
it'd have been
I had to look
at
it into
least
science.
like trying to make it look like a real girl.
I mean, it's got mannequin parts.
Yeah, but if you could still see like a robotic waistline.
That's still good.
Remember
I'm
that
okay with
robot we were talking about, the Russian robot, that it turned out it was just a man in a costume? And
Yeah.
they were parading like it was a real robot?
Like it was technologically advanced, but it was just a guy in like cardboard.
Yeah. So they should do the same thing.
I think his name was Boris.
Boris. They should get
too.
Boris. So then it looks like a robot, but we know it's just a thick-ass bitch inside.
So it's just like a robot cafe, but a stripper.
Yeah.
Oh hell
They're
yeah!
taking
Hell
all our
yeah.
jobs.
Robots and the British are taking our
They
jobs.
can't take my job, no sir. Can't nobody change a diaper like me.
I mean, I feel like I think they can.
Y'all ever change a diaper?
I stopped using
like 7 months ago.
like maybe
10
a couple
years.
years ago. So
7 months ago.
I'd say about 2 years.
Oh yeah, you have a
Oh
kid.
Yeah.
yeah, you do have.
He's
a
nice and potty
son.
trained now.
Oh, good for
Nice
him.
and potty trained. Did you do that?
No, I didn't do that. Nah. It was a combination between my mom and his mom. So,
Oh, okay.
but
You stayed as far away from them.
Yeah, I tried really hard to like distance myself from changing the diaper, just because like it's not so much that I didn't want to do it. It's just that makes me like physically want to vomit.
Yeah, dude, I'm like that with throw up, and I accidentally sat next to some yesterday.
Oh my god! So
Okay.
you know how at Fright Fest, the teacup ride,
Oh, no.
of course it's fast, but they do strobe lighting and really loud
I fucking
music
love when they do
and
that.
fog and all this stuff. And this
You go,
man
"Are you
does
ready
not
for this?"
like
No.
spinning.
No, if I slip too hard, I'll get dizzy.
And we were like, okay,
That's
get
why
on
I can't
it.
be a stripper.
Get on it,
Oh.
but you only have to like spin the teacup. You don't have to have your eyes open, whatever. So he pulled his hood over his eyes,
I was sweating.
and he was going for it. Like, he was spinning us so fucking hard. Like, I literally couldn't even lift my neck back up. And then we got out of the thing, and the lights come back on, and he is pale. Like,
My forehead wasn't so brown.
yeah, it was not brown. And then he goes and he sits in the bench right outside the actual ride. And I go sit next to him, I give him some water, I pat his back, just throw up on the floor. Like chunks.
Was it his?
Like fucking
I
chunks.
don't
No.
know.
Like someone did that exact same scenario we did, but just threw up.
But I actually thought it was because I was like the last one to come out, I think.
Yeah.
So the first thing I see is Omar sitting on the bench, and then I see the throw up. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to talk about it.
All I'm going to say is, I don't know who Sweden is. The British artist Giles Walker, who designed the robots, has been touring and loaning them out since they first appeared in 2018. Robotic strippers made their very first debut in CES Technology Conference in Las Vegas in 2018 at the Sapphire Gentlemen's Club. Would you throw dollars at a robot, or would you be like, the robot doesn't need
If it
money?
looked like the robot from Ex Machina, hell yeah.
But she doesn't need the money.
Yeah.
It's a robot,
Or
yeah.
like
Company
some
does.
motor oil or some shit.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
spare gears.
Some bolts.
Do you think the robot's parents are also upset with them?
Probably.
I would be.
Disappointed?
Robo-parents.
I would be.
Could you imagine you design a robot and you want it to be like one of those medical robots, but it becomes a stripper?
Hell yeah.
Damn.
I'm okay with that.
Walker has said that his aim for the robots is to play with the notion of voyeurism, posing the question, who has the power between the voyeur and the observed person? Because you know how it's got a camera for a head?
Yeah, but what are they trying to prove?
Well, he's just trying to... He's the guy who made it as an artist.
Or he just
Fuck
had this
modern
wild
art.
ass...
Am I right, people?
So it is modern art.
Fuck
This guy
them.
had some
Anime's
weird
the
fantasy.
only
Like,
art.
I want robot titties. And then,
I mean, don't we all?
No.
No.
Yes.
They punch back
You know, I watched a video on a porn site.
on a gentleman's
one?
site.
On a
Gentleman.
porn site.
What's your favorite one?
What's your favorite wish?
On a porn site. And then, like, the dude just bursted everywhere, right? It was kind of like, have you ever seen those videos where it shows, like, scenes later on towards the end, and then you then watch the full video up to that scene?
Uh-huh.
So that's what happened here. And it was, like, onto, like a foreshadowing porn video.
Good filmmaking right
Yeah,
there.
he knew what he was doing. And it's just all over the body. I was like, wow, she has a nice body. It turned out to be
You're
one
like,
of those sex
"Mom?"
dolls. It was a sex doll. But it was like moving its mouth like a robotic sex doll. And then I stopped watching.
And then
That
you
was too
went-
much for me. No,
That took it too far for you?
This is going to boundaries I don't want to be in.
That's funny. I don't think I've ever come across one of
And
those.
I didn't come
That's
since
crazy.
then.
He's like, but I want it.
You guys want to? Would you guys ever buy that Farrah Abraham? Like what is it? It's just like the bottom.
It's her butt and then the waist, and that's it.
They
You
sell
just,
it.
mean,
you just put that on a table
what
and
more
go
do you
for
need?
it.
Doesn't she weigh like 20 pounds?
I don't know.
She's going to weigh a lot less now.
Where do you store that? That's the thing. That's the thing with guy ones. Like you can't put them anywhere.
Yeah, you
I
can.
don't think guys can
Where?
have stuff in general.
In a suitcase.
Remember when
Walk
we
around
went to
with a
Macomb
briefcase?
and Eric had like 3 briefcases in his trunk?
He probably has one.
Oh yeah, Eric was buying like old briefcases that they were locked, and he didn't know the code. He
Oh,
just
then
bought
I
old
got-
briefcase,
then
so
I
we didn't know what was in them.
But no, I unlocked one.
Yeah.
Eric's
like
fucking
just
weird
one.
and I love it.
And it had like a button, like a pin button,
Yeah.
and a pencil,
He gave
and
me
a
the
pen.
pencil. He gave me the pencil.
Oh yeah, he gave you one.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah,
lost
the
it
code
or
was 000.
That's funny. I love Eric.
What did we say we were going to put in that suitcase? Do you remember?
Mayonnaise.
Was it me?
I just remember he said he was going to go somewhere, open his briefcase, but it was going to be something like stupid in there.
jar of
But like
mayonnaise
the
and a
joke
donut.
was like he wasn't going to acknowledge that it came out of his suitcase.
Oh wait, Jam. What happened that one day? Where were we sitting? Where we saw some?
Oh, it was at that Japanese festival we went to. There was like a whole like those big elaborate drum things they were doing.
Yeah.
We were like into it. We were watching it, and I looked to the side, and there's a man who dropped his messenger bag, or it just like fell over. And then the longest cucumber just rolled out of it.
Just
And he
one
just
line.
like tucked that back in, folded it back up, and then just sat back and watched
He
it.
folded the cucumber and put it back in.
Yeah. His collapsible cucumber.
Speaking about the robotic additions, the owner of the SC Club, his last name is Rue, said, "For us, it's a wink. It's an homage in the way of robotics. However, he said it is unlikely that the robots are going to replace human dancers anytime soon. We need something human, warm, physical contact. And this is putting
you not touch
putting together opposites.
Aren't you not supposed to touch strippers?
Yeah.
The guy I know who's a stripper, he said that girls get crazy. Like they'll put stuff in their mouth.
It's not that big a deal.
Alright, relax.
If you were a stripper, would you let them touch the Cheeto dust?
I mean, yeah.
You'd put your
Would you let
Cheeto
them
dust
lick-
fingers in their mouth,
Ooh.
Take control of the mouse for a little bit.
Yeah. They'll take your mouse and just...
Keyboard, a little bit of the
and then you get mad because they lose.
You know?
Your mom's the one that pushes you out in the chair.
Yeah.
She'd push you off the stage.
Yeah.
While many are concerned with robots taking their jobs, the dancers at the club, one of them is named Lexi, doesn't share that fear.
That's a stripper name for sure.
Lexi? Sexy Lexi?
That's my middle name, though.
No, it's not. I know your middle name.
Ivan
Don't-
Lexi
sandwich.
Don't even say
Prado.
it.
You fucking sandwich.
Thanks.
Sandwich boy Prado over here.
It's a meatball sub.
Ivan $5 footlong Prado.
Remember when they were $5? Now they're like $7.50.
Yeah.
Damn.
That shit whack.
Yeah, that's
The
what
economy's falling
Was it
apart.
Jared that was keeping them $5?
Yeah, now that he's gone.
Damn.
I watched Super Size Me the other day, and there was a segment where they're like, "Our boy,
Jared Fogle
is like a role model to blah 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 blah." I'm like, "No, he ain't.
Not no more.
Not no more." Damn.
Yeah,
really-
where's that documentary? So Sexy Lexi says, they won't change our sector. They won't replace us. They're not in a vulgar job. Do you think this is just mistranslations from being French to English?
Probably.
It's an artistic job. It's something beautiful. And robots
I see what that sentence
won't
means,
change
though.
that.
So he's saying that the job is artistic and not like vulgar or explicit. It's
Oh, okay, that I guess that makes
It's
sense.
artistic, not autistic.
yeah,
Am I right?
yeah.
That's a different kind of
yeah.
strip club jam.
Hell yeah.
All right, and with that, let's move on to our next story.
Oh, good, me too. Alright, ready for this? Labradoodle creator says it's his life's regret.
The Labradoodle? But those are the
Look at
cutest
this dog.
dogs.
Look at
How
this
you
dog.
create a dog?
Wait, the creator of that dog still
Like, he
still
just
alive?
Yeah.
bred different dogs to create that dog.
Which is really bad. by
God
the
said
way.
it's a nightmare for him.
So.
It's really bad to be doing that, by the way.
So what is it? A Labrador and a poodle?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Labradoodle.
They did an interview with God because, as we know, right, Alex?
Yeah.
This is a Christian podcast
It
now.
is.
We only upload to Christian servers.
Hey, what if you mixed a Doberman and a
Amen.
pug? Would it be a Doug?
Goddamn. Cute, cuddly, and lovable. Just some of the words you might describe Labradoodles. But how about crazy, or even Frankenstein's monster with major health problems? That's what the
Dude.
creator of the first Labrador/Poodle crossover says. In a recent interview with ABC podcast, Wally Corn says that the inventor is his life's regret, and he hasn't got a clue why people are still breeding them today. He's become concerned that an influx of copycat crossbreeds has created health problems for many dogs.
How many combinations of dogs
lot.
can you really create?
A hell of a lot of.
Did it-
There's a hell of a lot of dogs out there.
Mix two dogs together, and then you mix that with another dog, and
And
then
you
it's
got
three
yourself
different breeds.
a family.
But it was a matter of time before. Can you really say that you created a dog if
Yeah.
it was just a matter of time before someone mixed a poodle and a Labrador?
Yeah, because you're the first one.
That's fucking
Yeah, so
crazy.
you still did it first.
So what?
Also,
You
what if you called
dedicated
it-
your life to crossbreeding them? Probably.
People did.
There's
Gross.
what's the thing? Adam Ruins Everything. Is that right? That's
Mm-hmm.
do you remember that? He did a whole episode of why it's really bad to be crossbreeding dogs. And after I finished it, it was horrible.
Pug-
And that's when
Isn't
you put your dog down.
Isn't
Yeah.
it with like Siberian Huskies? They're all like inbred, and that's why the bloodline
Yep.
is so pure.
Like
Yeah.
my dog was a champion bloodline of
was
like
it
7
you,
families.
or was it Kevin that bought their dog out of a van?
That was
Kevin.
Kevin.
I got
Yeah.
mine off
She
of
was real
the.
sick.
I met a family from the AKC, the American Kennel Club, and they showed me their thing, and they showed me the bloodline, and I'm still on the dog's owner line, whatever. So if they ever look back at the thing, they'll be like, "Look at this dumbass who had him for like a few weeks."
Damn.
So
Got your ass.
he's in Russia though.
Is he really?
Yeah, I gave him to a family who was moving to Russia, so I thought it'd be better to send him to his homeland. And he's
That's
over there.
true.
He pulls sleds and he's having fun.
Nice.
He sends me videos and stuff like that, and I told him to stop because it makes me sad.
Aw,
Like,
that's so sweet.
You made him a commie.
I mean, I don't give a fuck.
From
I just want to get this thought out. What if instead of a Labradoodle, they call it like a Labrador or something like that?
Can you shut up?
What if you said, I just want to let this thought out, and someone runs from under the table?
Yeah, that's funny.
damn.
That's funny.
I opened Pandora's box, Wally told ABC. I released a Frankenstein. People are just breeding for money. Ooh, that's a big word.
I reckon Carl read it with her Rockford education.
The
Unscrupulous.
unscrupulous breeders.
Damn, they teach them good out there.
For real.
She said.
how else is she supposed to fucking count the corn?
Right, you gotta know how to read.
Breeders are crossing poodles with inappropriate dogs simply so that they can say they were the first to do it. And then it just goes on about like the different people and how these big like pugs and stuff came to be.
What would you guys mix?
I don't know.
It's actually really sad how bad their deformities are, like dachshunds, like
Especially pit bulls.
they're cute
But do you
as
see
fuck,
how
but
fucking cute? I love
right,
a dachshund.
they're cute as fuck, but their legs
They suffer
can't
all their
support
life.
their weight. Yeah,
Not if I love them.
No,
If you ignore like all the health problems, I think like Pomskies are pretty cute. Like
Yeah.
the
Pomskies?
little chubby huskies, but it's like huskies
Pomeranian.
and Pomeranians
Yeah.
mixed.
That's
So
what
it's
That
like a
that
big-
doesn't sound like it belongs together.
But it's
But
the
You
They
cutest
shouldn't
thing
breed
ever.
a small dog with a big dog.
but they do, and you get
Chihuahuas and pit bulls.
chip bull.
Chip chip bulls.
Do you actually know what breed Mabel is? Since she came from you.
A breed of incest.
Yeah, actually, Carl's our local breeder, so
What is
Carl.
Incest.
That bloodline
tell
is
us about
pure,
some
though,
breeding.
because there's only fucking between the family at your
Yeah.
house, huh? At least dog-wise.
Yeah, Mabel.
Can't trust nobody else.
Damn.
Mabel's father is also her brother and her cousin a little bit.
And somehow her mom.
That's real.
Enough where you have to like mention it.
a little bit.
but not enough where it's not okay.
She was born in the same closet as her dad was.
Isn't that kind of
Also, her
beautiful?
dad's her brother.
And they were born in the same litter.
They have Toby. Shout out to Toby. His eyes are a little too far apart.
And he's got a lot of skin.
We're talking about a person, by the way.
And a big fucking nose. Anyways.
You say, "Hey, why you got a big fucking nose?"
You remember that one time Omar first met Toby, and Toby, no, that was with Eva, and Toby ran into the fucking wall.
You named
He didn't see
Toby
it.
after Toby Maguire.
He didn't see it.
His eyes too far apart.
Me too. Like a hammerhead shark.
Some might say that's where his problems began.
Being born. Alan, you got a story for us?
I do, but I have no service. I do want to talk about it though. So I'm going to talk about the story that I brought up on the group chat, just because it's such a weird story that I feel like because I heard it from another podcast, but it starts off as a quote. The title, it says, "She tried to kill us." End quote. Indiana mother who adopted 6-year-old Ukrainian girl with dwarfism has been charged with abandonment, but claims that her quote daughter was found to be a 22-year-old sociopath masquerading as a child.
Isn't
fuck?
that fucking
So,
crazy?
That's
I've
literally the plot of a movie.
I
Yeah,
found that
it is.
story before I found the Labradoodle story, and I knew you were going to bring it up, so I'm like, shit, now I just got to scramble and find it.
Yeah. You know how after horrible events happen, they usually make movies based off of it? Like a bunch of horror movies are based off of real killers?
Yeah.
This happened in the opposite way around.
Exactly.
A movie came out with that plot, and then they're like,
Let's make this into real life.
And God was like, "Hey, let's do this for real."
I love that movie. Let's do it for realsies.
That one was sick.
So it says it has all the elements of a horror movie. An unsuspecting Christian couple adopts an adorable little girl only to discover that she is an adult sociopath masquerading as a child. If the premise sounds familiar, that's because it's virtually the exact plot of 2009 big screen chiller Orphan, where a pigtailed youngster tries to murder her family when it's revealed that she's 33.
Wait, so in that because that girl's 22, and that was how many years ago when that movie came out?
22.
2009.
Nine?
So that was a little while ago.
So
Like
she
10
was
years ago.
so she was the age where she's supposed to be now, kind of
Who here
when
did
the
math?
movie came out.
It's been 10 years, so she was 12.
Have you guys seen? Did you guys see the photos of the girl?
Yeah,
It's terrifying.
she looks like
no,
a
I
kid.
actually haven't seen
She
it.
looks like a child.
It's fucking terrible. Here, let me look.
Here, I'll look up the picture so you can read the story.
As far-fetched as it sounds, this astonishing defense was put forward by the mom of 3 and parenting author shockingly accused of felony neglect for abandoning her adopted daughter. So this article kind of drags on a little bit, but I can just give you like a basic...
So she's 22.
She's 22, but she
looks
looks
like
she
smashed.
looks 10.
It's terrifying because basically the story is the mom, she has an autistic son that she adopted, but he turned out to be like this math prodigy, and he's already working like on a college dissertation and all that.
Yeah,
So-
and he's like 12 or 13.
Yeah, and she wrote a book
Sick.
about it. So she was like mom of the year, and she's
Right.
like, you know what, I'm gonna adopt this kid and make her, have something like my other children and all that.
Right.
But she said that she woke up in the middle of the night with her daughter standing over her with a knife, and she caught her mixing chemicals, saying like, "Oh, it's poison. I'm gonna poison you."
She was like literally putting bleach in her coffee or some shit like that for.
But she's caught her a couple times. But the weird thing is, apparently, only the mom believes this. The dad is 100% no. My wife is just crazy. Ex-wife now.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
just
they
crazy.
broke up because of this.
Because
Did
of
they
this.
really?
Yeah.
They fled to Canada.
They bought
because
her.
of this girl.
They bought her an apartment, and then everyone else moved to Canada.
Yeah.
And the thing was because they took her to a doctor and did a bone density check on her,
Yeah.
and that's when the doctor's like, yeah, she's like 22 or something like that because of her bone
So
density.
definitely not.
And
6.
when they bathed her, she had like pubic hair. Like some of her clothes had like signs of like menstruation. I don't know how to say
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
But
She was straight up having her period. Like I didn't know
and
what is that.
apparently there was a funny part too where like they were at a beach and like they weren't paying attention, but she was complaining about not being able to walk. But when the mom turned around, she was like full on sprinting, and then they caught her smoking a cigarette too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So this is wild, man. This,
Yeah, she legally got her age changed to 22, and that's why she got when they filled out the apartment for her, she was able to sign for it and was given the apartment because legally she is 22.
So basically, what happened is
the
now both
fuck?
of the parents are in jail currently
For abandoning
for
her.
abandonment.
Okay, but
they're
she's
saying-
22 years old. So what happens when they?
We don't know. That's what's going to happen. That's why the story's so
fucked up.
crazy.
Yeah, it's still developing.
Because that's going to be their defense that she was 22, and you know what? Now they're looking for this girl. She's nowhere to be found.
She's not at her apartment.
Ran off to go kill some other family.
Fucking hell, dude.
Could you imagine though? Like you see this little girl on somewhere, and
Like on the
clearly
side of the road.
she's lost. You take her home. This news story comes on the TV, and it's the fucking little girl that you brought home.
And by the time you realize she has already got a fucking
Knife to your neck.
or something.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's fucking crazy. And the thing that's crazy because what Alan was saying too, how this woman was nominated as like Mom of the Year or some shit. So she did interviews and shit for this book when it first came out. They show the little girl with the mom.
Yeah.
So she's been living with them for years.
Well, why did it just start the whole torturing thing, or do you think it's been going on for a while?
It's been going on, I think.
Yeah, she said that it's been going, like, she's been seeing, like, signs of, like, just aggression and stuff, and, like, just not how a 6-year-old should act.
That's fucking nuts.
Seeing that she had a period and smoked cigarettes.
I think it's funny though, like,
Or the
what-
DEXA scan.
yeah, they scanned her bones. It turns out she's Wolverine.
Right.
After you figure that out, what would you do? Like, you can't really do anything.
Throw her out.
I think if my wife told me all those things, I would just believe her.
You could legally beat her ass after that.
Yeah, you could.
Your wife?
Throw hands. What? You can legally beat your
I meant
wife.
the mom can
After
legally
she
beat the
adopts a
shit out of
22-year-old?
that 22-year-old.
That makes more sense.
6-year-old.
That's gotta be terrifying, though. I mean, it's not that I never thought about it before, because there's the two ways that I know I'm gonna die. It's either gonna be in a car crash, or Oliver's gonna strangle me in my sleep.
It's one or the other.
It's one or the other.
I hope so. That'll just prove that your son's real tough.
Or the 22-year-old
He said there can only be one.
Ukrainian that you
It's gotta be
adopt.
him.
So this is a PSA for everyone who listens to the Spit Bucket. Never adopt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shop,
you let those
don't
kids
adopt.
live their lives, man. You don't,
Yeah.
you don't need to get involved in that.
Also,
Yeah.
don't trust your kids.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
Even
trust
the ones
my-
you have right now.
It's almost like shot for shot, The Orphan, because there's stories of like the girl, the kid trying to get at the dad too.
That's what I was gonna say. Isn't that in the movie?
Yes,
Damn, that's fucked up.
it's like the exact same thing.
Wait,
What if he?
I didn't hear that part. My bad.
There's a lot with this story, a lot with it.
She's trying to seduce the dad.
So why
She's a
is
Russian
the dad?
spy.
Why is
Oh,
the
hell
dad okay with? Not okay with, but he's like, she's not 22. If a 6-year-old
Maybe just
was,
in denial. I think.
I don't know.
But they
It's
both
really
are
sad.
currently in prison.
To keep the dad there.
What? Why the dad? The mom's the one who's trying to abandon her.
Yeah, because she's trying to not die, and the dad's like, she's not 22.
So what do you want to happen in this story, Ivan?
Him to stay in jail, just cause.
Just cause. Do you believe that she's 22?
Yeah,
I believe in science. So
that's enough evidence right there.
Yeah,
The
that-
whole-
Hey, but you're a
Scan.
Christian, Alex.
Because didn't they
the
also
DEXA
look at,
scan
like,
is there.
they also looked at, like, her dental records, too, and showed that she had, like, a full set of adult teeth.
Yeah, she had a Ukrainian cavity from 20 years ago.
She went to the dentist in '97. So I don't know.
But what I'm kind of confused about that I haven't had answered yet. Well, I don't know if we'll ever get an answer because she disappeared. But does she know she's 22 and she's trying to pull off being a 6-year-old,
I think
or
so.
or is she like, why do they think I'm a kid?
Oh,
Like they never figured it out. The thing is, she's been in and out of
So she knows.
psychiatric
Right.
hospitals. So like I think she's aware of what's going on in her head. So I think that she does know what she's doing.
Yeah, probably, she has to.
That's
But
fucked
the
up.
thing is, like, if she's trying to pull off being a 6-year-old, like,
She's in the wrong business.
if I'm trying to scam you by saying I'm 6, is she just
Well.
failing by like smoking and she gets caught? She's like, oh no, this is Dad's cigarette, or no, it's just my incense. Or like
But
what?
still,
Or why would she
I
let
don't know
them bathe
what
her
was
if she
that.
clearly has pubes?
Playing devil's advocate,
Uh-huh.
I mean, at that age, I had smoked a cigarette too. And did Eric ever tell you about the time that my mom
God.
smacked the shit out of Eric? So basically, we were hanging out with our bad neighbor, and we were smoking cigarettes under his pine tree that he had in his yard.
How old were
So
you?
like, I was like 12, and I think Eric was 10. I'm pretty sure we were in middle school.
Dear
We were
Lord.
So like,
Eric was 10 at some
I
point?
think so. Yeah, it's so hard to imagine. I don't remember the exact age. I just know that we were in middle school.
Y'all fucking wild.
So we ran to the house, and my mom came home because I guess she wasn't supposed to be home at the time. So we ran into the bathroom, and I started like washing my mouth, my face, and then like Eric didn't have enough time. My mom was already banging on the fucking
Wait,
bathroom door.
did she see you guys smoking? And you
She
saw her
assumed-
and she saw you and you ran home?
We weren't supposed to be hanging out with those kids. And
Oh,
she
okay.
saw as she was
For a
pulling
good
in.
fucking reason.
Yeah, so she's pulling into the driveway. She sees us run like out of their backyard into our backyard, into the house, into the bathroom to try and like get the smell off of us. I managed to get it off first, and then before Eric could wash his mouth out, my mom opened the door and she's like, "Let me smell your mouth." And she smelled mine, and then she went over to Eric, smelled his, and just smacked the shit out
Wait,
of
so
him.
you got away with it?
I got away with it,
You're
yeah.
like, Mommy, Eric was smoking.
He didn't rat on you? He wasn't like, he was smoking.
I don't
too.
know.
Eric ain't no bitch, all right?
That's the only
Yeah.
memory I have. My
You
memory's
blacked
not too
out?
great, but I remember
Also,
that very vividly.
He got slapped so hard that your memory is
yeah, that I got memory loss from him getting
Man,
slapped.
that's fucked.
transferred over.
Well, the thing is that he couldn't tell on Alan because then Alan would tell on Eric's porn brick.
oh,
I didn't know about that.
Oh, you didn't know about
I didn't
Eric's
know
porn
about
brick?
That's fucking funny.
Wow, so you heard it on the show?
Yeah. I just held my one sheet of porn like behind my dresser.
Wait, a sheet? You
Yeah.
printed one out?
So no, like
It was a screenshot of a web page.
another one of my bad neighbors that I wasn't supposed to be hanging out with. He's like, here, and he ripped out a sheet out of like a Playboy, and it was like some girl getting banged on a pool table, and I was like, wow. So I folded it up, put it in my pocket.
You're like, wow, I love pool.
Yeah,
I love billiards.
He
yeah.
said, that's a beautiful pool table. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take this for later.
So like I put it behind my dresser, and I think my babysitter found it.
Your babysitter found
Yeah.
she ran on you?
Why the fuck was that nosy ass bitch looking through your stuff?
No, here's the
first of
thing.
all?
So like I was looking at it, and then like it was a guy. It was my cousin.
Oh, I thought you said it was a
But
guy
he
like in
was-
the picture.
He was babysitting us. No, so
The
he
guy
walked
getting
up the
fucked by another
stairs,
guy?
and I quickly like he didn't see what I had, but I like quickly put it behind the dresser. But he saw that movement,
And you yelled nothing.
and he's like, yeah. he's like,
I didn't say anything.
He's like, "Is this so?" And I'm like, And then he basically like found it, and he's like, "I'm gonna throw this out." And I won't
said
tell your parents about
nothing.
it, but like, just know that
Why
you're
would
not
he
supposed
throw
to.
it
I mean,
So-
wait, how old were you at this point?
I don't know. I was in middle school, man. Like I don't.
Yeah, middle school. And how old were they? Were they like younger or were they?
The babysitter,
Yeah.
my cousin, he was like 22 at the time.
He said he threw it away, but he put that shit in his pocket.
Yeah, I think he lied.
You were looking through your
That's
trash
some
later
shit.
that day.
It was, and it wasn't there.
That's funny. I never had some as a kid. All I had was that wrestling magazine where in the center it was all the divas.
That's literally
That's the
my
only
first,
thing I had.
like moment where I realized, like, damn, girls aren't gross.
Well, I was telling Jam when I don't know why we were even talking about this in the morning.
You brought it up though. I'll tell you why.
No,
you brought it
no.
up.
Oh, it's because Jam was talking about her teacher who would rub his ding ding on her desk, and she got all.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, he was a
Yeah.
22-year-old dwarf from Ukraine. He had no choice.
Okay, here's the situation, alright? There's the rows of desks, but there's not that much space for someone to walk forward
Okay.
in, so you had to go through the side.
Sideways, yeah.
So what this man would do, I was like maybe the second desk behind, he would like walk and then turn to me and then just rub his on my desk while I'm sitting there trying to read a Mice and Men, and I'm just shaking.
You're gonna have to tell me who it was.
Shivering wasn't.
I wasn't
saying
mad
what-
at it. I didn't feel like a victim.
But what we were talking about, because she brought that up, I said the first time that I ever noticed womans was in kindergarten. I was 5 years old, and I was coloring, and then my teacher came out to help me, and then she like bends over, because, it's kindergarten tables, so they're like 2 feet off the ground. So she bends down all the way and starts coloring with me, and I drop the crayon, I like look over, and then I just see...
Dog.
And then I didn't know that those were even in there.
You said, wow.
Yeah, but that's the first time where I'm like, I'm a boy.
I want milk.
I didn't say that.
Nasty.
Good times.
You see, there was like Jaime Camil from La Fea Más Bella.
Uh-huh.
Was the first time I'm like, oh, that man is,
Is he supposed to be a funny guy or a heartthrob?
Both
Or
of 'em.
both of them.
Both.
He's supposed to be so funny
Only
that your
seen
heart
him.
hurts.
He's the whole package.
Yeah, honestly. So
Did you
I
have the
was
same
like,
love for Jaime Camil as Jam did? Who was your man crush when you were a little
We
kid?
already talked about
It wasn't
this.
Sonic?
No, we already talked about this.
Jaime Camil was my first human.
It was El Chapulín.
But I never had that moment where I was like, damn, guys,
I
I was just like, I like him.
You said,
You're like, damn,
guys, I
Sonic.
guess.
Hell yeah. Gotta go fast, you know what I'm
Hedgehog, my
saying?
dude.
What were we talking about before this?
I don't know.
Oh, Eric getting smacked in the thing.
Oh yeah, he got smacked.
So hard that you lost your memory.
So
What happened to those kids?
The ones who lived down the street, they were cool, but their older brother, who was like 18 years apart from them, he was like a pretty hardcore gangbanger. So he did something really stupid, and the whole family ended up having to relocate.
Oh,
and
shit.
then like a week later, a new family moved into the house, and they did a drive-by. Because the gang members thought that the old family still lived there.
They did it at that house?
At that house.
Were you-
So, like, they were really scared. So, like, after that drive-by happened, me and Erik, at least I remember that, we went down there and we're like, hey, just so you know, like, that wasn't someone just trying to be a dick because you're new here. Like, the people who lived here before, they were very heavily involved in, like, gang activity. So that's what happened. And
Yikes.
so and then the neighbors who lived 2 houses up, who were like we were smoking cigarettes with, they just moved. They moved like when I was still in middle school. I don't know where. I think they went to like Texas,
Maybe
and then
not
me and
now,
Erik
but
became the bad kids of the neighborhood.
With your Razor scooters.
They probably
Yeah,
corrupted
boy.
other kids when they moved, honestly.
Probably.
I think we have time for one short story.
I also have my screenshots too.
Let's do that instead.
Okay, let's.
Carl, I don't think I've ever done them. No, I didn't do them with you here before.
Yeah.
But I know. Have you ever listened and known who they were from?
I
Yeah.
always know who it's from.
You know about
Well, I know you
Jams,
changed them. but-
Facebook screenshot of the week.
Yeah, I like censor them a few because she mentions like kids' names or whatever. But
And very bad words that we can't say.
this
Yeah,
one,
and words that we can't say.
so this one is it was like a status that she shared and then just added like a comment to it, like kind of like a retweet type thing where it shows up like that. And so the actual one is, if you're happy with one man, imagine having 4. Shocked emoji. You gonna be happy, happy, happy. Crying emoji. And she said, I got 6 right now and I feel marvelous. Lying all day ass.
The thing though is that with her, she likes older guys, right?
No,
Who
that's not her. That's a different
Oh,
person.
this is a different one.
Yes.
What?
Wow, women ain't shit.
Say it, Ivan. Say your line.
I can't anymore.
No, don't do
He's
it.
got a girlfriend now.
Does she listen to the show?
No.
Then say
Then
it.
say it.
Say it.
Wait, so you have a girlfriend, and she doesn't listen to the show? So you're saying you have a girlfriend who doesn't love her and respect you
I
Yeah.
support you.
or support
No,
you?
it's you guys.
What does that make? What does that make women though? If she's not supporting you,
Say it. Women ain't shit. Damn, Ivan.
I
Damn.
can't believe I said that. Damn, dude. How do you even manage that?
that's
I don't know how you would manage
Well, there's
that.
3 holes.
No. So if there's 6 of them,
That's one for each day, and then have one.
what's
day for
6
rest.
times 6?
Oh my god.
Fucking 100.
Too much.
You're so smart.
Damn near.
Our math boy's in Africa, so I can't even ask him.
Okay, I don't remember if I read this one already, so stop me if I have. Tell me why I'm changing my pad, and I rolled that motherfucker up and dropped it, and that motherfucker rolled to the stall next to me. And then like 20 laughing, crying emojis. Yo, I am on the fucking floor, and the girl do not like me, and y'all, that was the most disgusting thing that's ever happened to me. You guys probably can't relate to that one.
No, not at all. Has anything like that happened to you before?
No, but there's always, in middle school and high school, there was always that moment of shame where there's other girls in the bathroom and you just hear that plastic opening up. Like, who eating chips in here?
You're taking a dump.
And this last one is, some people just be really ugly and they family be really ugly.
Oh, yeah.
And they
Yeah.
just can't help
I know
that
my
ugly ass shit.
Amen
I was gonna say
to
me,
that
but
It
shit.
runs in the family.
I feel
baby.
like my family is good looking, but I'm
Me
not.
too.
Like, my brothers
Why?
look good, my
See,
dad looks good.
but I feel like everyone thinks their family looks good.
Well,
But
I'm-
some people be ugly.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, they really just can't help that shit, dude.
Yeah. You ever see an ugly person?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't.
Every morning. I look in the mirror when I brush my teeth.
Do you ever worry that you're the
finish that
ugly person
sentence.
in your family?
What?
Do you ever worry that you're the ugly
I am.
person in your family?
No, because
I know for a fact.
Huh?
I have my brother.
God,
I'll always be okay.
God damn.
I have this quick little one. It's, look, the actual post, I can't make any sense out of it.
Okay.
And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 really quick comments that don't make any sense either.
Okay.
So the comment, the post is TBT space UGSEXW.
What?
So throwback Thursday
Or Tuesday.
or Tuesday.
Ugh sex W.
Ugh is just one word, right?
What does it
Ugh?
look like?
Oh yeah, let me look at it. Yeah.
I feel like this mystery is going to last a little bit longer than the... We're going to solve the Zodiac killings before we figure out what
Wait,
this
wait.
is.
Let me see that one more time.
Man, are we old? What if everyone else
This
understands
guy's
this?
my age.
Well, maybe he's a little more hip,
But look at
more
his profile
hip-hop
picture.
than us.
More hippie hoppy.
Oh yeah, it's like one of those
Those
2006 clown MySpace profile pictures.
Yeah. And someone commented, English. He said, pocket Facebook posts, lil. He said, LOL. She said, that's you. He said, what the fuck you talking about?
Okay.
I'll censor out the names and I'll put that on like either the Instagram or the Facebook chat.
Can someone, whoever figures this out,
go ahead, pass that around.
What the?
I can't make any sense of that.
Hey, going back to that one story about the pad in the bathroom, I don't think there's anything that traumatized me more than having to use the bathrooms at Webster. Like having a like boom boom. Because first of all there was no doors.
Yes.
There were no doors.
Wait,
What?
the stall had no doors?
Nope, they did.
The stalls had no doors.
At
I
Webster?
Can,
At
I can
Webster.
vouch for him because I too was there.
Because
yeah, you had a boom boom there
there was
too.
one time I had to take a shit and I ended up just locking the door to the bathroom and someone was like, "Hey, is someone in there?" But no,
Who's
dude,
taking a shit?
who's taking the shit in there? And I'm like, nah, dude. I'm telling you, they had no doors.
Yeah. So what I did is
That sounds extremely illegal.
I would just go to the nurse.
I think
Like
there
I
was
pretend that my blood sugar's too high.
I think there was a reason why they did that. I don't know if they were like doing
Doesn't
drugs
matter
or
the
fighting.
reason, dog.
That's why I would just shit in the showers at school because no one was in the showers.
My bad, I closed your phone.
That's where I got my privacy from. Yeah, no one. I don't think any of us can decipher that. So we're gonna put it up. Whoever solves this mystery, we're gonna give.
But he says to
$1.
pocket Facebook, like, you know,
Like
like a butt dial.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
that's what that shit was.
How does your phone
Wow,
unlock,
Carl
go to Facebook
figured it
and
out.
make a post?
That explains why he himself is confused.
Yeah, that's funny.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
solving all the important mysteries.
Yeah.
Wow, Carl.
We're gonna give Carl
We
the
just need another
zodiac next.
bitch's perspective on this show.
Thank you for another
Trust me, we
woman's
got enough
perspective.
bitches
I ain't got a big head for nothing.
I do.
Only big brains listen to this podcast.
Brain.
So make sure to share it with your friends and give us another 5-star rating on iTunes because it literally has been helping us out tremendously, especially with these last couple episodes. So thank you again, and you guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at _thesharkboy.
You can find me on Twitter at arsonistylix.
You can find me on Instagram at iprado95.
Instagram at AlanZF1.
Instagram and Twitter at really_cool.
And Carl, what are you on now?
Are you on TikTok?
I
John
got,
Visco.
I got TikTok.
TikTok.
You got TikToks?
Are you TikTok?
Do you want people to find you on Pocket Camp or like Nintendo?
No, don't come find me.
She drove really far to get here.
That's true.
So she's our mystery guest. And if you guys want to follow all of us for Spit Bucket news and posts, you guys can follow us on Instagram at the Spit Bucket Pod and also on Facebook.
Or don't.
No, please do.
Can we stop pretending like we're not hungry?
I'm
Alright.
fucking starving.
Let's go eat.
My blood sugar's low.
Where's the crafts table?
Shit.
Omar, you don't even have the nice deli
A
meat on
craft
the
table
fucking
with
craft
food
table.
and a crafts table?
Well, this is my crafts table.
Where's the crafts?
It's in there. And it's in my
Isn't
bed.
this where you have like your plan B and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little.
Yeah, that's part of our crafts. We make
You can take one.
we make macaroni art, but with Plan Bs.
Damn.
All right, we'll see you guys next week at the
yeah,
Spit Bucket.
Bye.
Carl, give us a big one.
Damn, she sucked it in and spit it back out.
It went through her braces.
The reminds me of